basically spaghetti, a little bit of cheese, and eggs. Super simple and delicious, but it can be tricky to pull off, so we're going to make the recipe entirely foolproof. We're starting with 8 slices of bacon. I'm just going to cut these up into half-inch pieces.
So in Italy, with this recipe, they use guanciale, which we actually have some here, and that's actually the cheek of the pig, and it's cured much like pancetta with salt, and then it's dried. In this country, when they slaughtered a pig, they sometimes cook it whole. The entire head was sometimes pickled and put in barrels. There was a rule, no more than 2 hogsheads per barrel.
Oh, yeah.
People would fill it up with the cheap stuff. But occasionally in the South, they'd actually cook the jowl. This is this part here. It's fattier than this. And they pickle it. And they use it as a seasoning for beans, for example, like black-eyed peas. Or they could cook it like bacon, but it wasn't as meaty. It wasn't as high class as guanciale. Guanciale actually has great flavor.
Oh, it's
if
fantastic.
you can find it, use it in the carbonara.
Right. It is hard to find in Boston, though, so we're going to be using the bacon. And I've cut it into pieces. So we have a nonstick skillet here. And if you want to give me some medium heat, I'm actually going to add a half a cup of water to the bacon. So I know it's a little bit odd to be adding water to bacon, but we want to try and mimic that chewy, tender texture of the guanciale, and this will prevent the bacon from getting really crispy.
Over the years, nothing you do surprises me.
Everything has
Becky's a little odd.
What?
You are. You have different.
Okay.
Crispy.
Down to medium-low. And we'll give that another 8 minutes, and the bacon will start to brown.
So you're going to get chewy, not crispy.
That's right. The water really plumps up the bacon and gives us that nice, tender, chewy texture. It won't be brittle and crispy.
Like me.
So it's been 8 minutes. You can see our bacon is nice and brown. So I'm going to add some garlic, 3 cloves of minced garlic. Gotta have garlic in carbonara. And we'll just let that sizzle for about 30 seconds here. Nothing wrong with bacon and garlic. And you know it's ready when you start to smell it.
Stop!
So we'll kill the heat. A lot of carbonara recipes incorporate all of the bacon fat, but that's way too much. You can hardly eat a whole serving when you do that. So I'm going to drain the bacon here, and then we'll just use 1 tablespoon of the fat.
See, I knew that the healthy Becky was going to reemerge. 1 tablespoon.
I will find a way.
So some recipes use all that fat, really?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and it just becomes very greasy and heavy. You have 1 bite and you're pushing the plate away. So let's measure in a tablespoon of the fat. And a tablespoon will still give us quite a bit of that nice bacony flavor. And then I have 3 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk. You need the egg yolks to give nice fatty richness to the sauce, and then the whites help to keep the sauce stable. And then I have 1.25 cups of pecorino cheese. That's a sheep's milk cheese. It has a nice, sharp, pungent flavor, and it's traditionally used in carbonara. And then a teaspoon of pepper. And that is it. That's all we need for our sauce. Okay, so now we can get our spaghetti going. I have some water boiling over here. And we typically cook our pasta in 4 quarts of water, but today I only have 2 quarts in there. We want to create a really nice, starchy pasta liquid. We're going to use some of that cooking water to build our sauce, and by using
teaspoon of salt too?
Yep. So by using less water, our sauce will be starchy.
I have to say, this looks like you're just cheap. Because there's like about half as much cheap with the water. So.
Right.
Okay.
So we'll let the pasta cook until it's al dente. So our pasta is ready.
Okay.
It'll be perfectly al dente. If you drain it for me.
Now I'm going to save some water, right?
Yes, I want you to save 1 cup of pasta water. And I also have the colander in a bowl there because I want to heat the bowl up with that boiling hot water.
Okay, so that's about 1 cup of the water.
Great.
Save that for you.
Thank you.
There's almost no water in here.
I know. Remember, we started with 2 quarts because we want this water to be super starchy, and you can even see all the starch in that water. And then you can put the spaghetti in the bowl.
I followed directions really well.
Very well.
Becky's really enjoying this segment.
You get an
Do this,
A+.
do that.
Okay, now we'll come down here and we'll finish things off. Okay, so I'm going to add 1/2 cup of this super starchy pasta water to our egg mixture, and then we can always add more, but I'm going to start with 1/2 cup. We'll just whisk that in. So that starts cooking the eggs a little bit. And then when I add the mixture to the hot pasta, it'll cook the egg mixture even further, and we'll get this nice silky sauce.
Unfortunately, this is usually the best part of this dish because it's great when you first put it on the pasta.
Right.
Then things go south.
There goes our yummy bacon and garlic mixture. And now you'll see, I'm going to stir this for 2 to 4 minutes. The eggs start to cook, it'll start to thicken, it'll form a nice, super silky sauce.
So, as I said at the beginning of the show, the problem with this recipe is after a couple minutes,
It's not going to...
after 2 or 3 minutes, usually it sets up.
Yeah, it'd be too late. Be like, oh, we missed dinner. And because this only has about 1 tablespoon of that bacon fat, it's not going to be too rich. So I'm going to give you a nice